I think everyone's ears perked up a little bit before the break. You said almost feels like 100 this week.
Yeah, it's coming. And the calendar says June, so I suppose this time of the year, it's allowed to open up the doors to the heat and humidity. I think we're all going to feel it. And we'll come with some storm chances. We kind of do need the rain as well.
Maybe not open up the doors.
No, maybe not open up the doors. You'll want the air conditioner cranking this week. If you don't already have it going by Wednesday to Thursday, midweek heat, hot and muggy. And look at that, feels like of about 95 to 100, and it will fuel some scattered storm chances that will be out there. And here's the first real round of some storms out there. They're west of us now. That area of low pressure, it's going to be a slow mover, not going to be in any hurry to make its way across the area. So it's going to drift past Chicago up into southern Michigan. As it does so, a lot of moisture in advance of that will fuel the chance of scattered showers and storms and some slow moving downpours. Few showers trying to sprout up here in western Lucas County. What we have on Lake Erie, I can assure you that is not rain. You may know what that is. It is the mayflies that have hatched. And that mayfly swarm stretches about 43 miles right now from the Lake Erie Islands along through Port Clinton out toward Reno Beach, Maumee Bay State Park, and the onshore flow up there in Monroe County. Boy, you may wake up to quite a mess of mayflies out there toward Luna Pier and Monroe. That wind out of the southeast, which is why it's pushed them up into Monroe County. Winds will be fairly light, though, for most of the area tonight. We are in the mid-70s, some upper 70s off to the south and west, and we have opened up the flow out of the Gulf. Now, speaking of the Gulf, did want to show you this. There was an earthquake earlier today about 1,200 miles south of us, west of Cuba. Fairly significant one, magnitude 6.1. If you have relatives or friends in Florida, they actually felt the shaking in Florida. Now, while we didn't feel it, I thought this was incredibly interesting. Did you know this? We have an Ohio seismic network here in Lucas County, and one of the seismographs actually captured the earthquake that occurred down west of Cuba right here in Lucas County. Again, you couldn't feel it, but knowing that our instruments are sensitive enough to actually capture that occurrence is fairly cool, as that earthquake did occur around 2 p.m. today. There's the flow out of the Gulf, and again, we could thank the Gulf for the humid weather we're going to be experiencing, especially Wednesday into Thursday, which should push that heat index. You're going to see the numbers here. We're going to be approaching the upper 90s to 100 degrees. By Wednesday afternoon, that's when we get that soupy, sticky air that you can wear across the area on Wednesday. Now, it will fuel some storm chances. I think you probably could use some rainfall for the front lawn, the farm fields or gardens. A round or two tomorrow morning, around tomorrow afternoon. So it could come in a few different waves of storms. In fact, multiple waves, because remember, it's a slow-moving system. Then into Wednesday, we clear out just enough for the heat and humidity to spike, and a few isolated storms could fire up in some of the heat and humidity on Wednesday. Highs will be into the 80s for Thursday. Boating forecast looking pretty smooth tomorrow. Southerly winds put your waves 1 to 2 feet through the afternoon. Highs in the 70s closer to the lake. We're right around 90 Wednesday, 90 Thursday, and if either of those days do reach that mark, it'll be the first time this summer season we've done that. Heat index Wednesday, Thursday could push 95 to 100. Additional daily storm chances Wednesday, Thursday into early Friday, and then we cool down. Look at the end of that 10-day forecast. Nice and mild next week with highs in the 70s.